The content of this video containing adult themes that are not suitable for children. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Alrighty, folks. And they're in here too. But they're not in the front half of the town. No, sirree.
That's...
You know, they really could have just put this in the saloon. But,
Demi's just, like, standing there.
Oh, sorry. I zoned out for a second. I guess it's over here. You guys have your meeting.
You can come in.
Yeah, you can come in, fella. I said you could come sit in if you wanted.
Oh. I mean, I'm coming to the meeting, so why not?
All right.
You just, if we have a vote or something, you can't quite participate, but that's about it.
That's fine.
Alrighty, folks. I suppose let's head over here into the first meeting room. Don't know quite why I positioned the room like this, because, you know, meeting rooms or tables are typically supposed to just be, you know, no one's at the head, but I suppose I will for today, since, I think I got the most topics to bring up, but,
Oh, there's enough chairs.
Huh, that is, you know, an unexpected surprise. That's
There's
pleasant.
even one extra.
Alrighty. Oh, dear Lord. We've already... You know, I think these advertisement posters are actually... Oh, wait, no, I need to answer your question first before I go off the deep end. Alright, Shermie, so the Empress is just a nickname I give to a certain person. Basically... There's this organization known as the New World Order. They pretty much own, run, rule most of, you know, what's left of today. So, the person at the very tippity top of their organization is known as Queen Yuki. She got a brother named Justin. That's her red right hand, fancy titles and all that. And I've happened to nickname her Empress. Doesn't mean she's actually an empress or anything, but... So that's pretty much that.
I didn't know that. Oh, it's called the New World Order because the world is new?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
You got it.
That's kind of a corny name, but okay.
I'll make a choice to not let the Empress know you said that one.
That's great.
Are they coming? Oh, are they gonna...
They're not scheduled to stop by today, no. Alrighty.
That's nice. Okay.
Well, then I suppose Sheriff Swanson, owner, I suppose, of this here town, call the first town meeting of Talonpeaks to order. First topic of discussion, jumped right up to the top of the list because I still cannot get over the fact that this occurred. Yeah, so I think it would be a pretty decent idea if I were to put up a notice board somewhere in this town, so that it's anyone who wants to can put anything on it. It is a notice board. Notice of jobs, advertisements, anything of the sort. That way, this doesn't happen again, and I don't have to go scratching my head at what thoughts went through people's minds when they were doing things.
I'll take down the posters then. You don't have to.
I appreciate that. Alrighty, now on to the first actually intended topic that I think I'm gonna bring up here. Well, the town expansion's been going pretty well. There's not terribly much to discuss there about that, but out of the new buildings we got so far, I'm pretty sure we have, well, there's the library. Don't really got much going on in it, but it's existing. It's there. We got Shermie's new flower shop, which, speaking of, welcome to Talonpeak, Shermie. Round of applause, I suppose.
One of us, yay.
Yay.
And then there's also the tailor shop, which, actually, speaking of, Lily, you have you make things, right? Clothes, the like? I know you do, actually.
Yeah, I do.
What do you say I pretty much give you the tailor shop?
I don't live in Talonpeaks.
Well, I know that, but what you could do, if you so want, is you could find someone to hire to run the day affairs over here. That way, when you're living in Dead Man's Harbor and all that, you have maybe a source of income or something. I know you have perfectly good designs that the world should get a chance to see.
Sure. I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Alrighty then, the place is yours so long as you don't burn it, damage it in a way beyond repair, or do illegal acts there.
I don't plan on doing illegal acts.
Fair enough.
Definitely not in Talonpeaks. That'd just be dumb.
Well, it would be dumb, frankly, anyway. Well, Dead Man's Harbor. I won't think about that too hard.
Don't
Alrighty.
think about it. Dead Man's Harbor is not in your jurisdiction. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
No, it ain't, but I still can't understand a place without any laws. So I don't need to trouble my brain.
Our only law is human decency.
Huh. Interesting. Well, at least it's got something. Alrighty. So, beyond that, this is probably the topic we really need to, put our heads together on. Now that we're actually managing to open a few shops, we got a few places that sell goods. We need to start focusing on the economy of this place. We need to start figuring out how we can bring money in and also, of course, return it to the economy elsewhere, spend and buy all that good stuff. But how do we get people to come here and buy things? How do we advertise ourselves? Other than the fact that I still need to hire people to work several of the other locations, with what we got, how do we advertise flowers, medical care, detective work, and clothes?
I don't know, slap on a poster and put it or something.
You don't need to resort to those kinds of tactics. I mean, they are pretty distracting if you put them everywhere. So, we could always just walk. We could walk to places and talk about it. Not in a rude way, but in a nice way.
I mean, we could also maybe try, I don't know, maybe putting things in specific areas that might need it. Like, let's say Haven, right?
Yeah.
Haven has a lot of residents, so a lot of residents means a lot of clothes that need to be mended. So we could put a specific ad in Haven for that. And let's say there's a place with high amounts of crime that we know of. We could put the detective agency ad there. It could be dependent on the area rather than just everything everywhere.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. We gotta think about our audience here, don't we? Although, Sharmy, I'm not so sure your idea is a bad one either.
No.
There's got a bit of a personal touch and feel to it. So what I'm thinking, detective work, you're gonna get more renown the more cases you solve. People are gonna think, oh, this guy actually has something, behind his name. He knows what he's doing. So what I think we should do for you is we should, with potentially a poster, we should, put on there a case you solved. Pretty sure the only one we've worked on is, Yeah, but I mean, it's something to put up there. I mean, people go missing all the time, and it's a necessary thing to, have others look into. Knowing they have someone that they can turn to that has, gotten results, will be mighty comforting to a bunch of folks. Shermy, as you start exploring this world safely, mind you, if you try to, do dangerous things, I swear, but I think you can go spread your love of flowers. People are bound, listen, lend an ear, and they're bound to think your flowers are maybe worth, a look, I think. You kind of have that bit of mysterious charm to you. I think it'll work. For you,
I don't know what that word means, but I like it.
For you, Lily, that is pretty good about the clothes in Haven. I do think that's a good idea. We'll, of course, need to ask permission since it's another, person settlement, but they would be in need of such things. As for, everyone's in need of medical care, so we could probably just stick one for the apothecary about everywhere.
Most likely, yeah.
Let's see. Is there anything else we can think of?
For Shermy, I don't imagine it'd be terrible for Shermy to have the ability to take mail-ins so that Shermy could go to places and maybe set up flower arrangements or plant arrangements there.
Oh, that could be a pretty good idea.
Yeah, not everyone wants to buy a flower pot, but maybe they'd want to get a planter to put a bush somewhere or something.
That's true, and Sharmy, I bet, is an expert on a whole bunch of types of plants. Maybe even if there are plant problems, Sharmy can maybe extend her business to that.
And I'm pretty sure we have like some sort of mailing building or something that's not in use.
Well, yeah, it exists. I still need to find someone to run it. It'll be a bit useless until I can get that sorted. I can make that a priority then. I think another thing we could potentially do is, well, other than trying to just get the word out to others, why not bring them here? If we could potentially one day set up a festival or something that invites people here to come enjoy festivities, and they would happen to see, oh look, there's a nice bakery, oh look, there's this lovely flower shop, oh look at those splendid clothes, you know, there's a whole bunch of things that we could probably do there, but I think we should put a pin in that festival idea. There ain't time for probably a while to look into that.
Yeah.
I think these things are definitely going to get people coming here, or at least buying. The important thing with that is the sooner we get our economy off the ground, the sooner that Talonpeaks can become more self-sufficient, which is a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which I suppose brings us to the next topic I had to bring up. I kind of just had this sudden thought today, but a town guard.
Seriously?
Oh?
Well, it's not like I've never thought of it before, but it's kind of never been it's not like that many people live here. But at the same time, we never know what could happen.
What is
A town guard is essentially a group of people that train... Are you asking Demi about something she has, or were you asking about town guards?
I'm asking them. I'm asking.
Apologies, then I won't continue
No,
explaining.
no, it's okay. I was asking about town guards. I didn't know my whispering was really loud. Really
No, Fela, it's quite alright. It's quite alright, Fela. A town meeting is for everyone to be able to speak and share their thoughts.
What is a town guard? I don't know what that is.
Well, you know how people like me attempt to try to protect and or guard other people? They look out for them, right? Well, say you get several of those folks. You make sure they undergo training. Then they're a town guard if they affiliate with a guard. Or, I mean, a town. I can speak English. We wouldn't have necessarily more of me, but we would have people that maybe share similar ideals. They'd at least look after the town, if that makes any sense. I suppose.
More Swansons with varying
Swansons.
personalities.
That's nice.
Oh lord, if there's a town guard.
More like mini swans or mini sheriffs in a way.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be so nice. I like that idea.
Well, I
Town garden.
suppose Charmy's a fan of the idea.
Yay.
I mean, it would be nice if we go anywhere we would know that the place is protected.
Mm-hmm. Now that there are definitely more people coming to live here, I definitely want to ensure that y'all's belongings and places are safe. Especially because I'm, in and out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can definitely start the funding process from my own paycheck. I got more than enough. But...
Once I get the tailor shop up and running, you're free to that money. I don't really need a lot of it.
I'm not gonna have a 17-year-old working and then giving all their earnings to me.
I'm not giving
That's just...
I could just give you...
Look,
I don't know,
you ain't paying me any sort of tax until you're an adult. That stuff's yours.
Sure, right. I'm not gonna leave an envelope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear lord. Eventually, I do plan to impose some sort of a small tax, but I don't intend to make it anything crazy. It would really only go probably directly to either repairing, if the town goes, or, the guard's salary. But that's only if my own money can't support it, to be honest.
Why, it's worth paying you. What?
Wow, smooth.
You concern me sometimes. Anyway.
What? I've had an employer before. What,
In
you
the
guys
old
think I haven't-
world, or?
No, in the new world.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
I worked for phone for a while. Definitely labor.
Do you need water, or?
No. Bone's an interesting fellow.
Yeah, you shouldn't ask him about me. He probably won't remember me at all. I wasn't very important. I just, did some work for him here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what it is, but
is here. Now the pot is gone. The pot is here. And then it's gone. Oh wait, she's looking back up. Pretend nothing happened.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. I do think also this place technically, it falls under the jurisdiction of the New World Order. But so long as I'm here, pretty much Talonpeak's issues are Talonpeak's issues. It's gonna stay that way. But when I'm not here, we can't ensure that that's what's gonna be how it is, So with this guard, I'm hoping we always make sure Talonpeak's issues are Talonpeak's issues. I'm gonna need to make sure they're properly geared in uniforms, so eventually I suppose I may commission you to make some uniforms, if that's alright with you.
Yeah, that'll be fine. I can make any type of clothing. I think the only type I really can't make is, yeah, I can probably do that. I mean, the things I can't do are leather work. Oh, no, I can make armor too. I can't make, I can do anything you need.
Alright,
I could do armor, I could do swords, I could do non-weapons. I'm better with tools.
I'll
I can
likely
do bows and
commission someone
arrow, I
else
can
for
do-
that one, fella.
I can do
Wouldn't want to overwhelm you and all that. Having to make, a full set of, gear for a guard, depending on how many we get, could be pretty tiring, so we'll make sure to divvy up the work appropriately.
Okay.
Alrighty, I think that concludes our talk about the economy. No, we already finished that one. The town guard, I mean. Which I think leaves us, at least with the last point that I have to bring up. So, I have spoken with Captain Mint, and it's been decided that a good few of us are going to be heading over to Dead Man's Harbor for a bit of a... I wouldn't call it a vacation, but you and I, we got work to do. And then, pretty sure you already know what's going on there, Luna.
What?
Yeah.
So that'll pretty much be leaving you here, Sharmy, in Talonpeaks. I'd love to take you along, but we're going to be doing a bit of an
Yeah.
Well,
Did I do something wrong?
No.
I can be helpful.
Dad,
I can
Sharmy, you did
forward.
nothing wrong, fella.
rather you stay here.
Dead Man's Harbor is just really dangerous, Swanson wants to make sure you're safe. You could fall in the water, you could get pecked by a bunch of birds. It's not safe, and
Yeah.
we'd prefer you to be safe.
also-
You should stay
I'm not
here.
going to stop you from going where you want to go, alright?
Eh.
But we do have some business to do in Deadman's Harbor that's a little bit specific to what me and Nathan here are pretty good at. It's a little bit more difficult to do our jobs when there's a bunch of other folks around, so we're kind of just limited it. It's not like we're trying to exclude you or anything, fella, and I promise I'll take you on a trip to Deadman's Harbor, soon after, alright? I'm not gonna let you just miss out on that place.
Cool.
Alright.
However, I don't want to, just leave you completely alone, Sharmy. So, Demi,
Eh?
my neighbor,
What are you asking?
you wanted to join the Royal Guard, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Well, I proposed a bit of a test. So, what I want is when, we wrap up to leave here in a day or so, sail on over to Dead Man's Harbor, I want you to pretty much take up the responsibility of watching over the place, making sure no bandits bust in, making sure nobody steals, just making sure to check on Shermy.
What?
So,
If you
My jo-
succeed, I will grant you the status of a Royal Guard.
What?
Oh,
What?
I haven't been babysat since I was 6.
I'm not having you be babysat, fella.
Town's being babysat.
Sorry, that means what?
Yeah, the town is being babysat. That's the thing.
But
Yeah.
that means
Shermy, you just happen to be in the town that's being babysat.
Dang, so by extension I'm being babysat. This is
Oh.
ridiculous. This reminds me of the time I was
You will, of course, be properly compensated if you do decide to take on the work, Demi.
they're just processing.
Oh no.
Well, we'll just leave that to sink in for a second. Danny can give me their answer in a second. Anyone else want to take the floor? Take the stand? I'll step off my high horse for a bit.
There wasn't any horse there, but okay. Whatever makes you happy.
You can bring up anything, so long as it's relevant to the town.
Oh, I lost it. Oh, wait! Oh, I lost it again. I'm sorry.
You good there? Brain stopped
Demi?
overheating.
Your processor's reset.
I think she's still in shock.
Yeah,
You can just nod yes or no if you so want. Or not.
Oh, great. So, we're leaving
I
Talonpeak
think this
into
is what they
someone.
call the 5 stages of grief, but I
Nice.
didn't know I could
Oh my
cause
god,
that
I can
much
hear
grief.
her.
So,
Passing through it.
Full conversation, and I feel like I'm losing my marbles.
You're going through it. Wait, what did my parents say in this situation? You can do it. I believe in you.
Listen to Shermie. I'm sure you got this, fella.
You got it.
Yeah, you got this.
I'll make sure there's no other enemies that kind of show up, okay?
Okay, the fact that you're gonna have to protect the town from yourself. Alright, you know what? I've given you this task. This is your test. If the town is untouched, there's nothing stolen, Shermie's intact, you will get the position and you will get paid either way. If there's one hair out of place on her head, though, I'm not gonna be real happy.
right now, like,
So don't piss off the sheriff. Got it. Nathan, you shush. But I will make sure that nothing goes wrong with Shermie or the town, okay?
Alrighty. Well, that's pretty agreeable then. We'll be gone for about, I think, a week, just about. So we shouldn't be leaving, you like with a month's responsibility or anything.
Yeah, I feel bad for you, Swanson. You're gonna have to take a boat.
You feel bad for her?
I don't have to go.
We, both of us,
oh,
we hate water.
Boats are terrifying.
So you two
Oh, you're coming
Landswood.
with? Oh,
don't do
I
well with
also
water?
feel bad for you. I honestly didn't know if you were coming with. So
Yeah, I am.
The participants on this journey, I believe, is yourself, Lily, Luna, myself, and Nathan, I do believe.
I mean,
That
I
and Catherine.
kind of have to go. I live there.
Yeah, that's a bit of a requirement.
And this
I
is my
think
job.
I might have decorated my house. If not, then I live in the inn.
Apparently, I just wanted there, so
Oh, Lord.
I'll consider this a vacation for myself, honestly.
This is all. I'm taking this as work.
Most of it's by the waterfront, so it's kind of nice. But there is a lot of on-land stuff. Very
Nice
on
save.
land.
That's good.
Nice save. It'll be fine. I mean, at least the ship's bigger, harder to fall off.
Yeah.
You probably won't fall off, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's the objective.
Please don't.
I'll stay below deck.
I mean,
You sink to the bottom of the ocean, no one hears your cries.
I could.
Wow,
I
so reassuring.
definitely.
Hey, look, I don't like the ocean either. Okay,
All right,
you can-
guys,
Alright,
come on.
folks, before we just induce something we don't want to unleash, I think I'm going to bring this town meeting to a close. I think we've all discussed everything we so want to. Unless anyone else has, something they want to take the floor for. Last call. Going 1, 2, 3, and I say this meeting's adjourned.
Just gotta be sure I don't leave anything that gets stolen.
Yeah. Look, I will make sure things don't get stolen. If it gets broken, not my problem. You, on the other hand, I don't care.
Yeah, just brimming with confidence, Swanson.
This is
Me too. Me.
at least it's gotta be a good
Hey there.
vacation.
This will be fine.
Alrighty.
Sure, what are you doing up there?
Huh?
How
Yes.
are you not breaking that chair?